everyone, I'm Ryan, the founder of Social Shortcuts. Today, this video is going to be about how to make friends. Perhaps you've moved to a new area, perhaps you're trying to move on from some other friends who aren't really real friends, or perhaps you're just very shy and you want to know how to make some new friends. So I'm going to give you 7 different methods of making new friends. So what I mean by this is different sources and different ways, areas, places to go, things to do in order to make friends. To actually make the friends once you're there, for me to make it as simple as possible for you, make a great first impression. A smile is really important at the start of a first impression, by the way. Right at the start, a big smile makes a huge difference. Good eye contact, things like that. Make sure you talk to them for at least 3 minutes, absolute minimum, preferably more. And make sure to always get their details. Social media tends to work a bit better than the number these days, I find, unless you're going to follow them up and speak to them pretty quickly and you make quite a good connection. Something like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat that you can talk to them on will work fine. So we could go into much more detail to do with that, but then we'd have to cover everything we coach, and I'd be here on video for days, and I'm not really sure I can stand up for that long. Although I am quite fit, I think I might collapse at some point or have to take breaks. It'd be pretty boring. But basically it encompasses things like holding conversation, being more funny, knowing how to flirt, potentially, depending on who you're speaking to, how you feel about each other, how to have your social media profile, how to build rapport, things like that. So basically just the way you come across and the way that you can make people want to hang out with you or not want to hang out with you, and just smooth out different areas of the process of meeting someone to making friends with them. These are all things that we cover with our coaching. But to make it as simple as possible, the first impression is really important. Make sure to keep speaking to them for at least 3 minutes or more, and make sure before they go you get their contact details. There's no point making a great connection and not getting their contact details at the end if you want to make friends with them. So go into way more detail, check out our other videos, or if you're even more up for learning and you want to progress even more, take our coaching. Here's 7 different ways that you can go out and you can make new friends. Here we go. Number 1 is from work. It's quite easy to make friends from work. Perhaps you might have a job which makes this harder because you've got a lot of people who are very antisocial, way out of your age bracket, completely different interests, or you work from home or something like that. But if it's an option for you, and also if it's not going to cause too much complications with your work life, then this is just an easy way to make friends. Try to speak to your colleagues on a more personal level here and there when the time's appropriate, at the lunch break, just afterwards, just before. Try to get their details, try to suggest to them maybe we should go out after work, and then another time you might invite them out at the weekend. And this is an easy way to make friends, people that you're around all the time anyway, for most people in most situations and most workplaces. So make use of it. Don't just shy away from it, leave it behind, and potentially have no friends. Not a great place to be in. Next one is old friends. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's never made a friend in their life. Even the most perhaps awkward, insular and antisocial people I've ever met still have made friends throughout their life. There's going to be people, especially if you're older, that you've left behind at some point, not at all on bad terms. People that would be totally happy to speak to you again. Contact them. Find them on your social media, find their numbers, call them, message them, speak to them, see if they want to hang out, organise a meeting. Say, let's go out for a drink. If you don't like drinking, let's go out for a coffee, let's go to a park, let's go to a certain event. If you have a common interest, use that as a way to start speaking to them. If you haven't spoken to them in a really long time, often years, then it's much better to do something really casual straight away. Same with proposing a date as well, actually. It needs to be something that they can easily go to, easily leave. They don't need to make too much preparation for. Going for a drink is perfect. Going for a coffee is perfect. Something like that. It can extend for a really short amount of time or a really long amount of time. depending on how much fun they're having, depending on how much time they have, etc. etc. Number 3 is mutual friends. If you have friends already, then try to encourage them to bring along their friends to parties, events, anytime you're going out, anything like that. This is usually how most people naturally expand their social circle. When you're at some kind of function, event, night out, day out, whatever, where there's friends of friends there, introduce yourself, say that you're a friend of whoever is the mutual friend between you, and that's a really easy way to get to know each other. And like I said at the start, make sure to get their details at the end. Great way to make friends if you already have them. This is why for most people their social circle expands faster and faster the more that they work on it. Number 4, clubs that appeal to some kind of hobby, interest, sport or whatever. Make sure that it's something that you're actually interested in so that you want to keep going, and also this way you'll have tons in common with people who are already there and have loads to speak about. If you're doing this and your main intention is to use it to make friends rather than actually engage in the activity that the club is about, then try to make sure it's something which is a bit more social. So for example, rugby, wine tasting, book clubs, these are all quite social activities, whereas some other activities are not very social at all. So try and work out which is the case. You might have a broad spectrum of things you're interested in. Go to each of them once, think about the locations, how far it is, how convenient it is for you, the timings and stuff. Try them all out once and then pick the best one. That's much better than just sticking to the first one that you find, unless you're totally sure about that decision. Number 5, dating and social apps. So this is quite underestimated as a way to actually make friends. With dating apps, for example Tinder, don't underestimate the capacity of that to enable you to make new friendships and not just meet people to date. I've actually made loads of friends that I haven't seen in some sort of romantic way before on Tinder, and you can do it on loads of different apps. And there's often people who are like-minded in a similar situation and want to expand their social circle just like you might. Number 6, perhaps the most old-fashioned way, is to just go out. Go out to events, go out at night to bars, etc. Whichever appeals to you more. If you're not the kind of person who likes drinking and loud music and stuff, go to some kind of events in the daytime, go to like a library, museum, whatever. Go out, preferably with a friend, because that allows you to enjoy it more and keep in a more social mood, and aim to talk to people and meet new people. Start conversations. Might take a bit of confidence. That's something that we can help with our videos and with our coaching, but just give it a try at least. A lot of the time this will fall into place naturally, especially if you're in the right venue, and this could be a great way to meet new people. Number 7, the final one, is meetup groups. These are often a really great place to go to because they're full of people who want to meet new people. Check out meetup.com, find some groups that you like, and don't forget to check out our event as well. We also hold workshops which end in socialising afterwards. We'll leave a link to that. Don't forget to check that out. So that was 7 different ways that you can make new friends. Think about which one's the best option for you. Try each of them a little bit, but find which one is working the best and stick to it is usually the best plan. Not all the time, but usually that's the best plan. Dabble in each of them a little bit and then stick to one. So that was Ryan, that was social shortcuts, that was how to make friends, that was a video. Thanks for watching, see you soon.